African Democratic Congress has alleged that associates of President Bola Tinubu are orchestrating a covert plot to destabilize the opposition coalition. In a statement on Monday, ADC spokesperson Bolaji Abdullahi claimed that some former party leaders in the Northeast and the Northwest were invited to secret meetings aimed at coercing them into undermining the coalition. The ADC described the move as a calculated attempt to sow confusion, discredit the party's leadership, and derail its momentum as a rising force in Nigeria's opposition politics. It warned that such actions threaten multi-party democracy and risk turning Nigeria into a one-party state through intimidation and manipulation. The party urged President Tinubu to rein in those involved, reminding him that his own rise to power was possible because the opposition was allowed to thrive under former President Goodluck Jonathan. The ADC vowed to resist any attempt to silence or weaken the coalition using all available democratic means. Nze, you were clearing your throat yet again.
I didn't clear throat for this. You know, the other one I coughed. But this one, maybe I'll clear my throat to have easy passage of air.
Right.
But however, Bolaji, to me, wouldn't have bring this thing out. Because if you say you are forming a coalition, you are preparing yourself to fight an institution, a system. You must prepare yourself very well. But I'm seeing that already what was feared in ADC earlier that prompted the formation of ADA, which they later felt that INEC, you know, as a stooge of the government, might not give them free passage, that made them resort back to ADC. Still continues. Because I expect that they would have sat down. They would have sat down and asked themselves questions. What could be? What could be? What could be? Should this happen? What will be the outcome? Should this happen? What will be the outcome? When you ask these questions and you give a resounding answers to them, not giving answers based on the fact that you've taken some maybe you've eaten yourself to full. You now give any kind of flimsy answer. No. Look at what ADC is saying. That Bola Tinubu administration is bringing people to undermine ADC. What do you expect before? Will I say because I'm fighting with you and you are looking for everything possible to weaken me, as much as I'm looking for everything possible to weaken you, then when you succeed in getting something to weaken me by either buying my wife over, then I'll be blaming you. That shows my low capacity to even engage in the fight. Yes, definitely, APC must do everything. In fact, I suspected that while they were forming this coalition, some APC stalwarts might openly, publicly leave APC and join ADC. And the reason will not be for them to help build. The reason will be to undermine them and walk them down. Yes, the frontliners of coalition should have had this in their mind. Now, by the time you come to take over ADC, to what extent did you consult the people who are already on ground, knowing that the possibility of them taking you to court is there? And by the time they take you to court, the power that be, the government in power, might either side the court or coerce the judgment against you. Number two, to what extent have you tried to carry these people who have been working in that party along at the local government level, at the ward level, at the state level? Or did you just gather the few you can find in Abuja and you discuss with them, you agree with them? Uche also comes to say, okay, guys, see, this is our agreement with them, and for that we collapse. Uche wants to speak at the national level. Ralph wants rather, Uche, I'm sorry. Ralph wants will speak at the national level. Remember that the constitution of ADC, in as much as I have not gone through it, but I'm trying to find it out and read it thoroughly to know what they believe in, what the constitution stipulates as regards the action of Ralph Walsh and his executives. Because you now see that many people will eventually come up to say no. Oga, wait till I agree here, there in Abuja, I wasn't there, so I'm not in support. I expect that the frontliners of coalition, and even David Mark and Arebe Shola and Bolaji Abdullahi, who has been appointed as the spokesperson of ADC, should go back and continue consulting.
All right.
Yeah. Instead of coming to accuse Bola Tinubu, reminding him that it was a coalition that gave him power to, it's like telling Satan that it was his pride that made him lose his place in heaven. He knows, and he's like a master in the game you are coming to play. So it is expected of you to outsmart him by reasoning deeper than what they reason. Because I believe that some of the people who are now in this new coalition was there in the past coalition. Yes, they were there in 2015 when they took over, when they restored power out of PDP. Let those people understudy what happened then and bring it to table. You study it and then make sure you push up above that level so as to be able to outsmart these people in what they think they know. But if it is to just keep talking like this, well, I don't blame them. We will fold our hands and watch the outcome of the coalition.
All right. Now, talking of